CNN's Andrew Kaczynski dug up an old video of Trump on Fox and Friends. He's discussing immigration. The backstory here is you had Newt Gingrich and Michelle Bachmann in a presidential debate at the time, so I guess this was back in 08. It's probably 07, 08, I guess. And you had Michelle Bachmann, who I think back then was on the page of just deport everybody. Deport all undocumented immigrants. I don't give a fuck about their age, yada, yada. And Newt Gingrich, of all people, was like, no, that's stupid. Don't do that. That goes way too far. And, of course, the scandal in conservative circles was that Newt Gingrich was not in favor of deporting every single undocumented immigrant. So they asked Trump his opinion on this, and his take may surprise you. Let's watch.
If you ask Michelle to actually physically go across the street and tell the family of 25 years to get out of this country, she wouldn't do it because she's a good person.
But here's the problem with Mitt Romney in this situation. He came out and say it's a magnet and he disagrees. But in 2007, he was calling for the same exact thing. Newt Gingrich fired back and said, here's your clip from Meet the Press from 3 years ago. Does that bother you?
Well, actually, he didn't strongly disagree. And in fact, a lot of people are really curious as to when he'll say something because, you know, I just saw something on television where they were saying that he really hasn't taken a stance or a very strong stance yet, and he hasn't said anything about what Newt said. So let's see what he says. But look, this is a matter of this isn't conservative. I'm the world's most conservative person. This isn't conservative. This is compassion.
Is it amnesty?
I guess to a certain extent, for a very limited number of people, it would be considered amnesty. But how do you tell a family that's been here for 25 years to get out?
That's tough. Or if their kids are born here, they stay, the parents leave, and that's what Newt Gingrich's contention is. How can you be the party that's pro-family and dividing the family, but the...
Damn. Now, wouldn't it be lovely if Donald Trump took Donald Trump's advice? Because now we got the news this week that he's going to end DACA. DACA, of course, is the program where children who are the children of undocumented immigrants who came to this country when they were young, under the age of 16. And by the way, the overwhelming majority of them are way younger than that. They come when they're toddlers. That program basically pushes off any kind of deportation. And says, okay, well, you came here through no fault of your own, undocumented parents, you were a little kid, and then your whole life is here, you know nothing else. They're ending that program. And what they're going to do is they're ending it, I think it's in 6 months, and they're passing the buck, really. So what they're doing is they're saying to Congress, okay, now you need to come up with some sort of a solution, and we're going to try to end DACA while washing our hands of all responsibility. So, hey, if you don't come up with something, it is what it is, and what are we going to do? 800,000 to 1 million people are going to have their lives uprooted and destroyed. But, hey, this is why it's on Congress now. You guys got to come up with some sort of a solution. So that's what they're trying to do. And Trump is such a fucking pussy that he's not making the announcement himself. He's having Jeff Sessions make the announcement. He's telling Jeff, you go do it, because he knows it's going to get negative press, because the preliminary reactions have been, are you kidding me? So think about how many lives are going to be negatively affected. It is exactly what he was ranting against there. We said, what are you going to do? People, 25 years, been here, the family, 25 years. How are you going to tell them to leave? This isn't, I'm the most conservative person there is. This is compassion. That's what this is. This isn't conservative, it's compassion. Well, what happened? Now you're going to absolutely obliterate the lives of these children who came into the country. They didn't choose it. They were brought here when they were kids. They've set up lives here. This is all they know. And now you're saying, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to end DACA. That's beyond fucked up, man. By the way, because now we all know, hey, what's the next argument that comes from the far right on this? Well, you've been undocumented immigrants, criminals. Yeah, criminals. They're criminals. What percentage of people under the DACA program are criminals? Less than 1%. What's the next argument the far right? Well, you got leeches, moochers off the system. Yeah, that's what it is. We don't like that. Moochers. They just take all the government money and they don't do anything. They're not hardworking. What percentage of people under the DACA program are employed? Over 90%. So every garbage argument that can be thrown at this is just not true. The reality is these are hardworking people. These are good people. They were brought here through no fault of their own, and now you're going to punish them for the sins of their parents. But honestly, we shouldn't even really be that surprised. Sure, Trump contradicts himself now, because back in the day he was more reasonable on this, but he contradicts himself on fucking everything. And furthermore, this is what he said about drone strikes. We have to take out their families. We have to take out their families. So not just ISIS, the family members of ISIS. So punish people who are related, maybe, maybe not, because whatever, guilty enough. That's how he thinks. When he's thinking of brown people, that's how he thinks. So this is absolutely pathetic. These guys, their position is untenable, man. The hardliner immigration people, like, I get it, everybody gets it. You want to deport people who are criminals? Sure, whatever, that's fine. But outside of that, we're a goddamn nation of immigrants. Do you not understand that? It's so funny when you see, like, somebody of European descent ranting against immigration. Like, bitch, you're an immigrant. Do you not get that? There were Native Americans here. And if you're in favor of a hardline immigration stance? Okay, so shouldn't you be ranting against people of European descent then? Because we all came here at some point and we were fucking immigrants. No, it's always just super historically convenient where they draw the line and where they say, now we got to be hardline on immigration. So in other words, whatever is beneficial to you and only you. So, and you're not going to be objective about this. You're not going to come up with standards that make actual sense. It's just, whatever's most convenient for me. So I'm hardline on immigration, but only starting at this date when it's European people, and then we can be assholes to everybody else. You're not smart. You're not intellectual. You're not witty. You're not clever. You're just deeply bigoted, and policies like this prove it.